not the YMCA in South Boston trying to perpetuate a whole Rosa Parks with a little bit of George Floyd wrapped into it in this incident. If y'all have not seen with Ms Mariah, which is the older black lady who was at the YMCA for an exercise class. Now, y'all, the video is lengthy, I will tell you this, but I did get tagged in the comments in regards to some of the things that were said in this video. And one thing, like I said, most people are not talking about is the fact that the lady in question, the Caucasian lady, and that's what we're going to call her because that's exactly what she was. And here's the thing. This lady made a mockery of the situation, and at the end, when she knew the police were coming, she absolutely said, "I can't breathe." And she said this twice. And then the second time, the other people in the class heard her, and they all started laughing and cheering. So they knew exactly what her reference was. Roll the clip.
We're going to go ahead and start our class. What happened to my music? Oh, everything. And
I'm going to breathe.
You go, girl. We're going to go ahead and start.
So she said, so Rona said she's going to go ahead and start the class. And I'm just going to kind of sit here until the police come. But I'm not going.
So thankfully, Ms Mariah was able to keep this in Facebook Live so that everybody could see it. But here's the thing. If you watch the video in its entirety and you started to see the comments that were rolling up, you know, from the people who were commenting on the live, 2 people recognized Miss Caucasian lady as their elementary school teacher. It was like, not Miss McCartney out here acting. So I'm going to tell you, there's probably some little kids out here that probably got some stories about that lady, because if she acting like that now and had the nerve to stick up her little arthritic crypt keeper finger, baby, she was doing shit like that back in the day. And out here sticking her little tongue out, like, I was like, do you have your dentures in? Girl, please, don't do this. Anyways, they kept trying to say that nobody gets a assigned space, assigned seat, or whatever. Ms Mariah got there early before everybody. And it was like, oh, I got here this time. She got there before everybody. They didn't even try to call this lady's husband in. And she was like, honey, this is, you know, off principle. And I'm glad that she was able to talk to him in such a way, and he was able to be like, okay, you know what? I'm with you. And I'm going to do like this. We still in support. Now, I will say this. I have talked to people in the comments that said that her sons are going to be present this week. So I know that they're going to go ahead and handle things that need to be handled. But I'm going to tell you like this. YMCA, if y'all have not seen what has happened to Target, I think you need to go ahead and turn the news on. I think you need to go ahead and open up the stock market and just peruse that a little bit. Because Miss Rona, who was the teacher or whatever, you know, she praised the lady's racist comment. She, you know, absolutely didn't want to hear anything Ms Mariah said. So, and then she was like, you know, you're making my class suffer. And she was like, I can't make my class suffer. Girl, you could have started this fucking class and you knew what you were doing was wrong with your little ashy, dried up ass attitude. And, you know, be glad that somebody wanted to take your little class. But the other thing was this other little raisin over here that was just like, you know, you need to learn how to pick your battles and whatnot. Tell that to Crypt Keeper's wife over there. That's what you do. Because why are you telling Miss Mariah this? Miss Mariah was doing what she was supposed to be doing, and she was calm with it. Now, here's the other thing. Like I said, they didn't brought down all these little black people to talk to her like that was going to do anything. But the one in particular is Jordan, because, baby, let me explain something to you. Don't let these positions really fuck y'all up in the streets, okay? Because the fact of the matter is, hey, Jordan, if they didn't explain to you what the situation was, because everything that he was saying was contradicting what was happening. It was like, oh, nobody gets an assigned spot but the instructor. Okay, so then tell that lady that. Then he was like, oh, you're evaluating the situation. Escalating? You're using words you don't know how to use. And then he was, you know, kept saying that she was frustrated. Again, Ms Mariah stayed calm entire time. So, and like I said, them bringing in all these little black people and whatnot, they absolutely eventually brought in the police and had her removed or whatever. But the fact of the matter is, you know, she was like, I don't know that lady. I'm not going to, you know, address her other than the Caucasian lady that's over there. She was like, I'm not, you know, don't address me by my race, mine, you know, and just, but then had the nerve to call Ms Mariah female and all this other stuff. Lady, please go to hell. Please go to hell. But again, The fact of the matter is, y'all sat there and perpetuated a whole racist interlude that just didn't need to be. And between the instructor, Jordan, and that lady, all of them need to be in somebody's lawsuit. But Jordan and the other little black lady, y'all need to be removed. I'm gonna go ahead and say that y'all need to be removed. You can be mad all you want to. The other lady, she needs to be removed too. Or y'all need to run Ms Mariah her money and have, make sure that she has somewhere else to go, that she will be peacefully able to do her exercises and stuff. Because this right here was some foolishness. And again, maybe they don't see what's going on with Target. And maybe they need to feel it, because we about tired of these little businesses thinking that black dollars don't run shit, because y'all know that they do.
Like and subscribe to Mom's channel.